Located in Flemington, New Jersey, Quantum Quality Productions has developed a well-earned reputation for developing some of the best and most addictive strategy games on the market. The staff is eager to chalk up the small company's fast success to focusing on solid game design instead of gimmicky fads and pretty pictures. Now, with their recent merger with American Laser Games, QQP will have much greater distribution and access to more sophisticated technology. Will it change their style? Not likely. This is not your normal company.
Well, we had The Perfect General was a tabletop board game that we played for 13 years with a bunch of enthusiasts. We played it usually once a week, and every 3 or 4 months we had a new scenario, and referees to time the moves and all that and so forth. And over those 13 years we developed a very refined gaming system that turned out to be a lot of fun. And we decided it's time to put this onto a computer version and let the world enjoy the game, and which we did. So we sought out programming teams that were available, and we got together, and on we went. Okay, QQP we started about 3.5 years ago. We came out with our first 2 games. We entered onto the market with our first 2 games as Perfect General and Lost Admiral, both very successful games for us. And from there, right after that, we developed a game called Solitaire's Journey, also very successful, and we've gone on from there. Started in our house and had a little offices in our home, and then a couple of years ago we had the opportunity to buy this piece of ground, and we put on we put this building which has a theater inside of it and a model railroad. It'll be the world's largest model railroad, and we live here, and we also have our QQP offices here. They're thinking games more than anything else. And with this kind of commitment to making high-quality, in-depth games, we do get a lot of awards from different companies and magazines that like our stuff, as well as the public. So we're very fortunate. Well, we have Perfect General 2 that's just about to hit, and that is a really, really big game.
With Perfect General 2, we've added a whole plethora of new items. We've added air support, offshore bombings, elephant tanks, as well as a couple of other new units that really round out your arsenal quite well. We've improved the modem playability of it, making it a lot stronger. We've added new graphics. We've even added zoom-in features, so you can really get close into the battle to see the carnage going on. We've added hints from generals, from our little generals here. We've added all kinds of hints from them. We've added 3D animation as an intro. We've added new sound support, as well as the game playability has changed a little bit. What hasn't changed is its beer and pretzels nature.
I'm very excited about it. I love the game passionately. We also have Lost Admiral 2, which is a very graphically rich game, and also a very in-depth game, much superior than the original. That's going to be coming out in a couple months. And we also have the Card Player's Paradise, which is just about the first card-playing game that you can play by modem, whether it's Pinochle or Rummy or Casino and whatever. And terrific AI in this game also. There's many ways of playing these games, whether it's on a world-class tour or a maze, a garden maze, and it's another exciting game. We have Awful Green Things, which was a large box game, board game hit in the early 80s that we're going to be coming out with in the next few months. It's just a very good-looking game, a lot of fun to play. It's got quite a following, that particular game. We'll have options and variations that only the computer can do to make the games better here and there, as well as the original game. We also have Battles in Time, which we hope will be releasing early to midsummer, which is a big game that is total new game concept and strategy and tactics. We also have Visions of Glory, which is a game, if I have this right now, I'm not sure, that up to 40 players can play this game at one time on the internet type of thing. Northlands. It's a role-playing type of game that is quite unique, never been done before. Beautiful, beautiful graphics and sound, and a game concept that's really new, and we're very, very excited about that.
When QQP moved into their new digs back in 1993, it was so founder Bruce William Zacagnino could pursue another of his passions, model railroads. He was already the builder of the world's largest model railroad several years ago. That setup was in Europe, and the proceeds from admissions were donated to charity. When the Great American Wonder is completed this summer, it'll be 15 times larger than the earlier railroad. It takes up the vast majority of the QQP facility, and the walking tour is over a mile in length. These massive landscapes will be home to 125 trains, mostly in HO scale. There are over 400 bridges, some of which are 17 feet long and 6 feet high. The mountains can reach as high as 15 feet, and the amount of wood it took to make this monster could build 40 houses. The tour also includes this small theater, complete with an old-style theater pipe organ. Bruce is an accomplished player and plans to show silent movies so that he can provide the score. The theater will also be used by the Flemington community.
We become a subsidiary with American Laser Games. We had a merger with them, and that was done so that we can do what we do best, which is design games. And what American Laser takes care of is the administration. They take care of all the distribution and things like that, the things that they're very good at. And again, it allows us to do what we do best, which is create great games.
Well, that's a win-win situation. They have a lot of technical resources. We think we have a lot of gameology. We put a lot of heart and soul into making our games with a lot of depth.
Yeah, a lot of American Laser games they're the shoot 'em up type of games, which are extremely good. And they go after a different audience than we do, so it's not like the games are in competition or anything of that sort. It really is. It's a wonderful marriage.
They need more depth in their games, and we need more technology in ours. So it's a good situation.
QQP was started in President Bruce William Zacagnino's home, and the comfortable atmosphere has definitely made the transition to the company's new facility. In fact, the Zacagninos now live in the office. The center of the facility looks a lot more like a well-furnished house than a business. The only evidence of the company here is the ever-present computer, here doing a final playtest on the Perfect General 2. Walk through a door, and you find yourself in the office proper where QQP's games are being created and sold. Even here, at the heart of the business, an odd sense of humor pervades the atmosphere. But when the job gets to be too much, there's always the recreation room, complete with a dartboard and pool and ping-pong tables.
I've been here since the inception of the company in '91. I was working at a computer store and peddling software, and Bruce came in and was talking to me a little bit and started beta testing one day, and that led to 2 days, and so on and so forth. And then I became tech support, and my involvement in the game design kept on going up and up, and then I became vice president of operations, and that's where I am now. I've been tied up in game design, manual direction, coordinating some of the art as far as getting it to the proper places, making sure all the updates come from the programmers at the proper time and get to the proper machines, beta test coordinating, talking with reviewers and press in general, taking care of a lot of shows, and just doing any one of many tasks that are needed. You just have to do what you have to do in order to get things done. And being from a company like QQP, we all wear many hats because we all want to get our fingers into every area. We went all CD-ROM because, well, several reasons. The first of all, a lot of stores have been moving towards the CD-ROM only platform, and so they're carrying smaller and smaller sections of 3.5-inch discs. Also, this going to CD-ROM allows us to offer more scenarios. The CDs are also much more durable, and so you don't get halfway through the install program and notice that one of the discs are bad. It's much more reliable, and it's just a better platform to work with. It also allows us to eliminate our copy protection. It's just a better medium to program on. We all here have maintained great friendships with all of the people that work in QQP, and we're none of us are petty, and we all get along very well. So that makes us even more efficient, and thus we don't mind coming in on weekends to work with each other to get things done. One of the corporate philosophies, or one of the business philosophies that everyone here has, is that this is pretty much a long-term position. We've actually never had anyone go from this office.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So anyone who comes here pretty much is here.
Yeah.
And they enjoy themselves enough that they usually do stay for quite a while.
That's remarkable.
We don't operate in the every 6 months the office turns over arena. We have quite a number of programming teams across the United States and in other countries. And I think we have anywhere between 10 and 14 programming teams around the world, working on various different projects. Some of the groups are working on multiple projects.
Well, we have a team in Maine. We have 3 teams here in New Jersey. We have 2 teams in Seattle, 1 in San Francisco, 1 in Germany, 1 in Hawaii, and 1 in China. And 1 in Minnesota. Or Wisconsin. I'm sorry. It's Wisconsin. And Chicago. I'm sorry. We have a team in Chicago also.